Welcome back to the Best PT Podcast. This is bonus episode 5, talking about joint mechanics and joint coupling. So when we talk about joint coupling, we're mainly referring to spinal joint coupling. And when we talk about joint coupling, we're talking about the different ways that joints move with regards to the three planes of sagittal, frontal, and transverse. So the first type of joint couple is neutral or type 1 joint coupling. This mainly occurs in the upper cervical spine and at the thoracolumbar spine. So with this type of joint coupling, side bending and rotation occur in opposite ways. So you think of your upper cervical spine with your neck. If you're going to look up and away, you're usually going to side bend one way and rotate the other way to get the most range of motion. Non-neutral or type 2 joint couples are when side bending and rotation occur together. So this mainly occurs in the lower cervical spine. So if you think of looking down into your own armpit, you're going to have cervical side bending and rotation occur together. So if you look down towards your left armpit, you're going to have left side bending and left cervical rotation. Type 3 mechanics are kind of all over the place. So the definition of type 3 is when motion in one direction limits motion in all other directions. So this happens often in the thoracic spine. So it's just sitting in your chair or wherever you're at right now, rotate left and right in the thoracic spine, and now slump forward into flexion, and now try to rotate. You'll notice that your rotation is now severely limited. This also occurs in the lumbar spine, so depending on whether you're pre-positioned in flexion or extension. So with lumbar flexion, lumbar segments become type 1 joint couples, so side bending and rotation occur opposite. If you're pre-positioned into extension, lumbar segments become type 2, so side bending and rotation occur together. Aside from type 1 and type 2, type 3 are hotly debated. There's a great article called "Does the Evidence Support the Existence of Lumbar Spine Coupled Motion?" A critical review of the literature, and that's from Legaspi and Edmond in JOS PT 2007. So really, big picture, why does this matter? So we can use joint coupling when we're measuring range of motion in order to lock joints and eliminate accessory motion. And we also use coupling with mobilization and manipulation. So we can use coupling to add multiple levers and create those artificial barriers, especially for thrust manipulation, so that we can be sure that we never exceed anatomical end range. So we use this really particularly in the cervical spine for cervical thrust manipulation. That's it for bonus episode 5, talking about joint mechanics and joint coupling. The next episode is bonus episode 6, talking all about clinical prediction rules. As always, the show notes will have the link to the outline. Thanks for joining me.